Hey guys, today is November 1st, 2025. Title of this video, Will There Be War on King Charles's birthday? Which is just 2 weeks away, November 14th. So earlier this year, we had the killing of Charlie Kirk, and now we have the ongoing protest, the No Kings protest, which started on Trump's birthday, June 14th. So the combination of those two things, it's kind of natural to just look at King Charles's birthday and see if we have any connections. And I found something really interesting, starting with Netanyahu in Israel. I'm finding a lot of 9/11 similarities here. So this connection is from the birthday of Benjamin Netanyahu. So he was born on October 21st, 1949. But what I did here is reverse the dates with his birthday. I put the 10/21 over here and the 11/14 right here. We have a perfect 9/11 connection, like 9/11/01, 911 months and 1 week apart. You can see if we look at George Bush's birthday, who was in office during 9/11, 9/11/01, if you reverse it with his birthday, well, you have the backwards 322 connection, 20,023 days. And of course, he was a member of Skull and Bones, and their number is 322. So using this method is very relevant to find connections. But this is really, really interesting when you combine it with the date that Mossad was founded. So Mossad is Israel's intelligence agency. And look at from the date the Mossad was founded, December 13th, the same year that Netanyahu was born, 1949, to King Charles's birthday, November 14th. We have the same connection, 9/11/1, like 9/11/01, 911 months, 1 day. And Netanyahu's birthday, 911 months, 1 week, dates reversed. So you have already a similarity right there to 9/11/01. And now when you look at the date that Israel became a state to November 14th, it's 930 months and 4,044 weeks. Well, this also has a similarity. The numerology of these two numbers connect in 9/11/01 because we had the Flight 93 crashing, and we also had one of the planes hitting the towers at 9:03 a.m. And the first Trade Center attack happened in 1993, and the two Trade Center attacks happened exactly in the number of days. It was the 444th prime number. So we have the 444 connection right here and the 93 connection as well. Now, if you look at the date that Israel was first attacked on October 7th, 2023, you also have numerology connecting from the date that 9/11 happened, because the Twin Towers are 110 stories high. This will be 110 weeks with the end date included. So we also had Flight 77 hitting the Pentagon. This is also 770 days from the date that Israel was first attacked on October 7th. So 9/11, of course, was a big Skull and Bones ritual because we had George Bush in office. I even showed you the 223 connection with his birthday, dates reversed. But look what we have on the Jewish calendar. So this is the second month on the Jewish calendar. So that's literally 223, 322 backwards on the Jewish calendar. But also on the Julian calendar is 11/1, like 111, and 9/11 also has 111 days remaining in the year. And you look at the date that World War I began to November 14th, 111 years, 109 days. You have the backwards 9/11 connection. It's also interesting that the date that Trump was first inaugurated has a 322 connection because it's 3,220 days apart. You look at the date the American Civil War began, 60,116. Well, we have a 56. I'm not going to try to explain this, the 56 square pyramidal. But anyways, Civil War also equals 56. But the very next day, or November 14th, with the end date included, is 71 days after Trump signed an executive order to restore the historic name Department of War from the Department of Defense. So Department of War equals 71, and the day after is 71 days. You notice this also has a numerology of 71. But if you include the end date, November 14th is 71 days apart. But Peter Hegseth, well, he's the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of War, and he first assumed office January 25th to November 15th or the 14th with the end date included. That's 42 weeks, and war equals 42. And as I said, Department of War equals 71, and you notice that he assumed office on 71 numerology date. So I showed these slides in another video connecting war to the Pope's death. So World War I, that year, we had the death of Pope Pius X, and it was 23 days apart. World War II, 203 days apart from the Pope's death. The same year. And of course, this year we have the death of Pope Francis. So exactly 203 days. This isn't November 14th, but I'm wondering if something maybe starts actually on November 10th as well. Looking at this date as well, the 314th day of the year. It's 203 days apart. But I don't have the slide for it, but actually to November 14th is 207 days apart from the Pope's death. And that is a factor of 23 as well, because that's 9 times 23. So we do have a 23 connection to November 10th and a 23 connection to November 14th with the Pope's death as well. And looking at November 10th, we also have a big 9/11 connection to Benjamin Netanyahu's birthday. So dates reversed, 9/11, 11 days. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. Just wanted to share the information. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.